Un momentito.
Stop! You're not getting anywhere with this, von Borchert.
You know, I kind of get the same feeling, my dear Sarah. Listen. Nothing. Not a sound. No one's coming to save you.
That's what you think. The Golden Order knows exactly where we are.
By the time your ridiculous secret society turns up, I'll be long gone. As for you, nothing will remain of your body.
If you touch a single hair on my mother's head, I'll skin you alive.
You know, Louis, I have no intention of beating your dear mother. There are more persuasive ways of making you talk.
Bueno, sí.
You've stolen something from me that I intend to get back. Where have you hidden it?
Von Borchert, you can't sell that book on the black market anymore. This is
Vale, o
finished.
sea, ella es la madre.
We know you're planning on selling at one of Lord Mortimer's parties. All right? Just tell us who the buyer is and we can make a deal.
You've no idea of the trouble
Que el
you've
amigo
gotten
el calvo
yourselves
quiere algo que
into.
ellos tienen. Y se han metido con el tipo equivocado.
Oh, but you will tell me where it's hidden. I can promise you that.
Tiene un poco mala leche este tío.
Stop annoying our host, Louis.
¿Esta es la de Harry Potter o qué?
Son, didn't what happened to you in Rome
McGonagall la
teach you
llamaremos.
anything?
Just a few more minutes and my concoction will be ready. With this, your bodies will dissolve in less than 4 hours. You'll see. It loosens
Sí,
tongues
tiene
in
mala
no
leche y es un
time.
poco sádico.
You
Por lo
know,
que parece.
I have to admit, Mother, the only thing you've ever taught me is that damn motto of yours. Always remain rational. And open. I got it. I've opened our shackles.
Draw him over here. I'll take care of him.
Hostia,
Von Borchert!
es un mago.
Von Borchert! Listen. Let's make a deal. I'll tell you where the book is if you let my mother go free.
Oh, what are you playing at?
Don't worry, Mother.
You want to play the hero. Pity you're not in any position to do so. For the last
Se va a
time,
llevar unas hostias, ya veréis. Le va a
where
dar un palizón.
is Al-Azif?
Let me do this. Trust me.
¿Qué hacemos? A ver. Es su madre. Y te está diciendo que confía en ella. Yo ahora mismo confiaría en ella. No sé qué va a liar, pero...
Be my guest, Mother.
Ah, bueno, está bien. Que va a intentar parar la bala con un cuchillo. Bueno, esa técnica también era...
Well done, Louis. You reacted perfectly.
Hostia,
How do you feel, Mother?
qué pedante.
Couldn't be better. He's alive, so I can question him after we get back. Pity he's just a middleman. Means I haven't finished with this case.
Oh, I had a feeling you'd be running off on one of your adventures again, Mother. You know what?
Con la madre.
I'm warning you. This time, I'm coming with you.
No. Even though you impress me more and more, I have to do this on my own.
Mother, you're no spring chicken anymore.
Como si lo
Come on,
estuviese.
let's go home.
Mira la calidad.
And don't forget to send our men to tend to von Borchert.
Sí, y dejan ahí al calvo sin más. O sea, atar a una silla un rato, yo qué sé. No me ha dado tiempo ni a leer qué ponía. O sea, elixir de no sé qué. Pues solo con la primera escena la verdad es que tiene buena pinta. Como sea todo el juego así.
Well done, Mother. You just
Yo
had
también
to
que te
pick
va
up
mejorando
Uncle
cosas,
Jack's
porque
trail on
cuando
your own,
he
didn't you?
confiado en ella,
You
me
ditched
ha
the
dado
Paris
como...
with no
me ha aumentado el
explanation,
rasgo ese
and
de
off you go
confiado.
to infiltrate one of the world-renowned receptions of this Lord Mortimer,
Entiendo que
and now he writes me
también
to say
servirá
that
para
you've gone missing on his private
interactuar de
island,
alguna manera.
which, by the way, looks more like a big rock than a paradise island.
Los locos, episodio 1.
The least he could do is explain to me how he managed to lose you. In any case, it is time for you to stop all this, Mother. It no longer suits your age. Well, I'm sure I'll find you once again, slogging through the caves beneath the island, searching for some long-lost mystical object that you just can't live without. I'm already hating this trip, and all I've done is think
Contrary
about
to
it.
what one may be able to imagine, it was not the host himself who invited me.
Well now, Duchess, we find ourselves both invited by Sir Holm.
Well, how very amusing. Perhaps we have some
Tiene una
common
idea
interests, Your
a
Eminence.
Emma Watson,
Is
¿no?
this your first time at one of Lord Mortimer's
Estoy viendo
legendary
Harry Potter por
parties?
todos lados. O no sé.
We have been friends since long ago. But as I'm doing some business with Sir Holm,
Aquí
the
el
invitation
Papa.
came from him.
Well, I simply can't wait for all the festivities to begin.
And you, good sir, what brings you here?
Juan Pablo. ¿Le digo o no le digo? A ver, no creo tener que ocultar que me ha llamado el Lord Mortimer este. Así que... venga, va.
Lord Mortimer asked me to join him. We have some business to take care of.
Oh, how mysterious. You adapt quickly, my son. You get along here like a fish in water. Would you believe that we are all here hoping to solve our personal issues? You'll see.
Right. I doubt that you came here to look for your mother, Your Eminence.
Anyway,
Sí,
consider
quién sabe,
yourself
tú
fortunate, young
que sabes lo
man,
que ha
because
hecho.
there are many who dream of simply one day setting foot on this island, and only a very few ever make it. Indeed, I imagine this must be your first time here.
Imagino que esta es la primera vez que viene.
And you, Duchess?
Te toca.
You seem to be quite accustomed to things here. Am I right?
I do not think that one can ever get accustomed to what Lord Mortimer prepares for his guests. But you are right. This is not the first time I've been on this wharf.
If you've come back again, I imagine you must find it to be of some interest.
Here, everything is possible if you make the right choices. It really is up to you whether you leave better off or not.
Please excuse me if you find me overly curious, young man. I did not mean
Pues
to
lo
cause
has
you
hecho.
any embarrassment.
Me has puesto de mala leche.
Come, Duchess. They are waiting for us.
We're moving, Monsieur de Richet, if you would like to join us.
I'm coming, Duchess. A cardinal? A duchess? I wonder if all the guests here are this prestigious. If I'd known, I would have gone for a better suit.
Solo sé de este juego que como que formamos parte de una orden, rollo secta o alguna cosa
Are
así.
you all right?
Bueno, secta. Rollo eso, Illuminati. Formamos parte del círculo de lectores. ¿Está borracho? ¿Qué le pasa?
Mother? Oh shit, your hand!
Pero, ¿qué está pasando?
So?
Tiene
Okay,
flashbacks,
it's
flashbacks,
Did you put it in a
premoniciones.
safe place?
Yes. I made sure no one was following me. Don't worry, Sarah.
Bueno.
No one's going to find it.
Tía sin mano tan tranquila.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Right. Just one thing left to do.
No, Mother, no, don't!
¿Qué
What?
está pasando?
Have you lost your mind?
There's no other way.
If you kill me, you won't find it.
That is the point, my dear. No one must ever put their hands on it again.
No. But I trusted you.
No, Sarah, don't! No. No!
You can run if you want to, Sarah.
¿Esto
But
qué
you
es?
will pay for it.
Porque ahí tenemos a la tía esa, o sea que no ha muerto.
Phew.
Louis, are you alright? What's going on?
Louis. ¿Estás bien, chatín?
Here, take this.
I'm sorry.
Keep it.
Joder.
Are you better?
I'm fine. Don't worry. It's getting late. Why don't you go on ahead and I'll catch up with you, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sure, yes.
Fine.
Está preocupada porque no le has devuelto el pañuelo.
I definitely have to find Mother quickly.
Am I going crazy or what?
This can't be real. The Duchess arrived with me. What's happening to me, for God's sake? I absolutely need to find your mother.
¿Aquí es de buscar cosas o lo de moverse es como un secundario? Vale. El shift es para correr un pelín. No parece como
Louis,
que
during
podamos
the trip,
interactuar
I
con las
had
cosas
something
ahora
I
mismo.
wanted to ask you, but we didn't happen to run into each other.
Yes, Duchess?
I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before. At that time, you were of two minds as to your choice of career. Tell me, what have you been up to since?
Vamos a ver. Elige tu clase. Esto no me lo esperaba. Diplomático. El diplomático sobresale en sociedad. Un orador de gran talento que evita dejarse en evidencia y cuenta con una gran capacidad de persuasión, además de buena educación. Las relaciones políticas son su ámbito predilecto. Ocultista. Es un maestro del engaño, convencido de la importancia del conocimiento. Ha adquirido mucha experiencia en las artes y las ciencias. Se sirve de otros para alcanzar sus propios fines, sin remordimientos. Detective. El detective es experto en investigación, instruido para percibir y advertir cada detalle a su alrededor, así como para saber y analizar a las personas que interroga. Un hombre práctico que no huye de las confrontaciones directas. A ver, lo más entretenido yo creo que puede ser el ocultista, ¿verdad? Todos queréis ser ocultistas ahora mismo, que yo lo sé. Vale. Vamos. Desbloquear las habilidades: erudición, ocultismo, engaño, ciencias y manipulación. Ahora tiene 7 puntos. A ver. Confía en tu conocimiento sobre mitos, sobre símbolos religiosos, ciencias. ¿Y cuánto me quita? Ah, la Iker, o sea, vale, comprendo. Pues pondremos uno aquí. Ah, espérate. ¿No me ha dicho que tenía 7 puntos? ¿O que me he perdido? Vale, vamos a poner este. De momento vamos a poner estos 3. Y el de engaño no creo que me vaya a servir ahora mismo tanto. Igual un poco más adelante seguramente. Al principio será un poco... no sé. Lo he puesto por poner. Que sea lo
I've been involved
que
in
tenga
all
que ser.
sorts of unsolved cases. Have you ever heard of the Abbey of Hexham?
Vaguely.
An ingenious scam involving mass manipulation on a scale never seen before.
There was a cavern under the abbey, wasn't there?
Exactly. The wind would blow in through spouts, creating a terrifying howling sound. So,
Es que
to
estás
stop
contando.
the howling, the priests called for offerings from the peasants.
And if they brought enough money, I'm guessing the priest stopped the howling. A perfect trick to fool simple souls.
Admit it, Duchess. That story kept you in suspense, didn't it?
Yes, it did. I'm delighted to find out that you were the
tonteando,
young and
¿no?
brilliant French investigator.
For someone who only remembers the case vaguely, your memories are very clear.
Well, they say I have the memory of two people. But please, call me Emily.
Fine, Emily. Tell me, I was actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her by any chance?
Wait, Louis.
Uy, se lo ha soltado
We've
ya, ¿eh?
already met. You do remember me, don't you?
Le iba a decir que no me acuerdo.
Please excuse me, madam. I'm sure we've met before, but I don't remember where.
I appreciate your honesty, even if it's not very flattering for me.
I imagine that with your beauty, madam, it's the first time a man hasn't remembered your face.
Well, I must say you make up for yourself rather elegantly.
Please stop torturing me. I'm
Ha salido
completely at your mercy. Where have we met?
4 years ago, in London,
No. Sorry, I don't remember.
in the office of William Pitt. Remember? No?
I'm so sorry, Emily, but I really don't
Que
remember.
no me acuerdo, hostia.
Let's drop it, Louis. It doesn't matter. Right, time to go to the manor.
Oportunidades. Las habilidades te permiten descubrir detalles ocultos. Selecciona el objeto que más te llama la atención en una situación para descubrirlo.
I ask her a question, she answers with another. Is she playing with me?
Personalidad. Todas las personas que conozcas en la isla tendrán su propia personalidad, lo que hace que sean vulnerables a ciertas habilidades e inmunes a otras. Para lograr tus objetivos personales es fundamental aprovechar su personalidad. Las habilidades a las que sean inmunes no tendrán ningún efecto y te dejarán extenuado, mientras que las habilidades a las que sean vulnerables recuperarás un punto de esfuerzo. Vale. Inmunidad revelada.
Emily, please excuse...
Ah, vale. Es esta, ¿no? Inmunidad lógica. O sea, no sabes cuál es tu propia debilidad. O cómo va esto. A ver. Puñado de Mini. Invitación de Mortimer. ¿Qué es esto? Ah, vale. Nada. Presencia
Insisting,
carismática.
but
Ojo.
you still haven't answered about my mother. Do you know her?
You'll see, Louis. Everybody here knows Sarah de Richet.
I don't know where we're
Qué
going
corte
like
ha
this,
sido
Emily,
como...
but you're
A
connected
ver,
to my mother one
que
way
sí
or
que la
another.
conozco. Deja
And if
ya
I can
de
believe my
darme la
vision,
tabarra.
you don't have much of a place in her heart.
Vale, bueno, ya lo miro. Da igual. O sea, pero no entiendo muy bien lo de...
Good evening, sir. May I ask your name?
Lo de seleccionar eso,
Louis
lo de
Moras
los
de
puntitos
Richet.
de antes.
Monsieur de Richet, delighted to welcome you
¿Es en
on
cualquier
board, sir.
situación o se te
You
para la
must be
cámara
Sarah
como la
de
ha pasado?
Richet, son.
Ok.
I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
¿Qué
What can you
sabes
tell
tú?
me about the disappearance of my mother?
2 weeks have passed since Sir's mother went missing. All the staff here have since been busy searching every nook and cranny of the island. But Sir, may
No,
rest
me lo
assured,
creo.
we shouldn't be long in finding her.
And just what have you found so far?
It would seem that Sir's mother may be hiding on the island and regularly changing her location. But no one seems to know why she would find this behavior
Ahí está la
necessary.
cosa. Si
What do
eso
you
es
mean?
cierto,
On several occasions, we have
¿por
found
qué
leftovers of
está
food,
haciéndolo?
a few of her things, or even traces of campsites. The reason why we're searching the wharf again is because lights were spotted there last night.
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After verification, none of the guests seem to have left the manor last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was here.
Habilidades, acceso, exclus. Vale, sí. Vale. O sea, este no puedo usarlo. O sea, no hay más...
Did anyone see anything
No hay más
else?
narices que usar eso.
Unfortunately not, sir. Only lights were seen by servants of the manor, sir. And as I was saying, sir, all the guests were asleep, and no one seems to have noticed anything at all. We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief. The handkerchief is embroidered with the initials SDR. We came to the conclusion that they are the initials of Sir's mother, Sarah de Richet.
Sí.
I have orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know
¿Por
my
qué no me lo entregas a mí, que
She's
soy
not
su
the kind to go
hijo?
for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing. I've got to find out what the hell she was doing here.
Ya no
Where
sé
exactly did you
si
find
está
the
poniendo de mal
handkerchief?
humor o qué.
On the landing dock, sir. The one you arrived by.
Vamos
Pass
a
me the
aprovechar esto.
handkerchief.
But, sir, my orders were to give it to my master.
Are you refusing to give me my own mother's personal belongings?
Ahí está la cosa.
Even though she was greatly looking forward to meeting your
Eso es su
master,
hijo
she's
y
gone
el
missing.
pañuelo es de mi madre
And
que se ha
you seem
perdido.
incapable
Pues dámelo.
of finding her.
Oh, but sir, please.
And to top it all off, you refuse to give me the handkerchief that she so often let me use? Do I deserve such little consideration in your eyes?
Eso.
Is that what you wish me to report to your master?
No, certainly not, sir. Please forgive me, sir. I have been such an idiot. Here you are.
Tengo ahora dos pañuelos, el de la tía esa y el
It
de
is
mi madre.
indeed your handkerchief, Mother. You must have come here for a specific reason. I need to know what it is. Let's think. What could she have been doing out here on this wharf? Latin inscription.
Vale, puedes ir mirando todo.
Mi fili quantilia produncia mundus ergatio.
Le hemos puesto que sepa de idiomas, ¿no? ¿O no?
You don't know, my son, how little wisdom the world is governed with. I tend to agree.
Sabemos la inmunidad de Lord Mortimer. Inmunidad, persuasión. ¿Hay alguna cosa más por aquí? Ahora que veo lo de los puntitos. ¿Y puedo mirarlo otra vez? ¿O qué? A ver, más cosas. Abrimos la puerta.
Locked. I'll never get it open barehanded.
No, todavía no tengo nada. No tengo la habilidad para hacerlo. Pues sí que me hubiese sido útil. Bueno, no realmente, porque necesito
Wooden
3 puntos.
floorboard.
Ya.
Probably comes from this part of the wharf.
Te llama la
The wood is
atención el
slightly
tablón
in
de
the way,
madera.
of course, but it still would have been fine if it weren't smashed.
Vale, nada. Vamos a ver si me deja alguna cosa. Bueno, se pueden mirar un montón de cosas.
This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough.
¿Cómo restar? 2 puntos de esfuerzo. Vale.
Must be an incredible view from up there. Impossible to set foot on the island without being seen from 300 meters away. Looks like a bar from an old gate. This miserable old bar has been broken fairly recently. The edges are still clean, and the tip is blackened. Without analysis to the contrary, I put my money on cannon powder.
Podría usar la barra esta para
This might just come in handy.
abrir la puerta esa del otro lado.
A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any.
Más jalea real, pero pues... ¿me jalea real por todos lados o cómo va esto?
Some rope.
Una cuerda.
Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time.
Y la cuerda no la coges, que la cuerda siempre viene bien.
Let's see what's hidden inside. Let's look.
Vamos a ver. Va, señor Calrory. Esto.
A letter written in an Oriental language.
No conozco el idioma.
The
Pues
slightest
vamos
idea
bien.
what it says.
Vamos a leer todas.
It's too badly written. I can't make out the address. The address is 50 Bedford Square, London.
¿Nos sirve de algo esta información?
The address is in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That
No creo, la
reminds me.
verdad.
It's about time the Order sent some envoys there.
Joder. ¿Hay alguna que
Probably a
que
Dutchman.
sirva de algo? Ya pasa. Dice, seguramente holandés. Como...
This envelope is meant for the Vatican.
venga,
Apparently,
vamos.
this letter is meant for Pope Pius VI, born Giovanni Braschi. I wonder which one of these people is influential enough to write to the Pope in person.
Vale.
The address is in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That reminds me. It's
Brazil.
about time the Order sent some envoys there.
Pues nada, pues ya está. No hay mucho más que pueda haber aquí. Vale, vamos a hacer lo de usar la palanca con la puerta. No sé si tengo que usar algo. O me dejará usar la barra de hierro. Ahí está, vale.
Clearly, I'm not much for manual labor. Let's see if I can get it open another
Vale,
way.
pues tampoco. Voy a intentarlo.
There we
Ahí
are.
va. Mira qué bien.
This looks like a pistol case, but it's empty. I don't know if this has anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does, at least now you're armed.
Ay, mamá, qué lista eres.
Just like in my vision. And none of it's telling me anything useful.
Y aquí Más jalea real. A ver, el barril este.
This wharf is used as storage for a lot of barrels. Uh-huh. What have we here? It's cannon powder.
Pólvora. Examinar pólvora.
The powder's wet. Not surprising, given the dampness of the dog. It's unusable now. I don't know what the person who left this barrel like this had in mind, but it's a waste. Apparently, someone on this island has gone through a whole lot of trouble to arm themselves. I really must find you, dear mother, and quickly too.
Madre querida. Y aquí hay. Fragmento de ámbar. Vale.
Amber.
Amber. Bueno, yo creo que esto ya lo hemos investigado. Más tablones. ¿Quiere mirar todos los tablones uno a uno o qué? Bueno, vamos a ir subiendo ya.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
Estoy pensando que necesitaré usar la jalea esa o lo que fuese a los puntitos o no sé. No sé si de alguna manera se restablecen, yo que sé, descansando o haciendo alguna cosa.
Impressive.
Zeus.
I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Ricci, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very
Se enfocan
spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope, but I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway,
Pues hubiera estado
I
bien,
ought to
sí.
take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance. Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
¿Cómo? Durante una confrontación deberás avanzar por las distintas fases mientras tratas de ser lo más persuasivo posible. Las confrontaciones tendrán consecuencias en el resto de la historia, así que no dudes en usar tus habilidades. Madre
Thank
mía.
you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived
O sea,
yet?
tienes que responder esas veces, ¿no? Que te ponen. Vamos a ser
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time
mediadores.
ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow then.
Va.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help
Ajá, o
is
sea que te afloja pasta.
I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do
¿A
you
qué se
do
dedican?
exactly?
Vamos a ver. Si uso... Me voy a restaurarlo por si acaso. No sé si igual me he pasado o qué, pero como esto me pide 3 puntos, vamos a probar.
Be it mother or myself, our motto has always been discretion in all things, and to promise to never betray a word of honor. Was your secret safe with mother? It will be even more so with me.
You have convinced me. The mystery with which your mother manages her business proves that she carries your motto close to her heart. Your words seem sincere, my son.
All the same,
Hombre, porque
it
soy
bothers me to
sincero
see you in a
al
quandary, Your
100%.
Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me, and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been
Igual lo que
successful.
hayáis hecho. Es hora de
Do you
actualizarse.
think I should give it to you?
Hostias, igual es utilizar muchos puntos. Le voy a decir que
Don't
cuente
worry,
con
Your
ello.
Eminence. Your secret is safe with me. You know my mother's reputation. As her son, I will defend the
Yo creo que
Durishes
es una buena
with the
respuesta.
same fervor.
I would expect nothing less. Listen to
Bien.
me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother...
Claro. Guiño, guiño. Deberás convencer a tu interlocutor dando una respuesta positiva. Si te equivocas, la fase se repetirá hasta que des con la respuesta correcta o no te queden más traspiés. Joder. Sí que es complicado esto. Si entrego esta carta, de verdad. Uf, ¿qué le digo?
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise
vale.
that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a
O sea,
secret.
la cosa es engañarle, ¿no? No le vas a, no te va a decir que jures por su Dios y de repente digas, no, no creo en tu Dios. Ande, un poco gratuito, aunque no lo creas, no lo hagas.
Cursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds
Buenas,
of men
Macarra, ¿qué tal?
have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
No me fío mucho de
Well
cura
played.
este o el papa.
I'll
o lo que sea.
decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
Elementos ocultos. Encontrarás numerosas pistas y objetos ocultos. Puede que algunos afecten en gran medida al desarrollo de tu aventura. ¿A qué esperas para encontrarlos? A ver. Inventario. ¿La leo ya? Cuando esté en mi habitación. Vale. Vamos a hacerle caso a esto. Vamos a buscar por aquí chorradillas, a ver si vemos algo útil. Estos no me fío nada tampoco.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi? He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United
Yes.
States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pues sí, tenemos al
Pleased to
presidente de
meet
Estados
you, Mr.
Unidos,
President.
aquí al Papa.
Louis Moras de Riche. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep
Pues
it
sí,
simple.
somos todos
please.
Illuminatis.
Let us forget our fancy titles.
Vamos a
Nice to
decidir
meet
qué
you.
hace el
I should
mundo.
imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord
Soy tan
Mortimer
ilustres.
organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
Sobre mi
At
mamá.
the risk of disappointing you,
No le voy a
we
decir
weren't
lo de la carta.
conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Riche's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits,
Joder.
unmentionable
La vieja
secrets,
del
or
visillo.
even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill
Quiere
in the
chicha,
world,
quiere
you
chisme.
can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been
Pues mira,
invited
es que
by Sir
mirarle
Horn, a
el
close
collar
friend
al
of Lord
Washington, que es
Mortimer,
el
but
símbolo
I do not
de
know the
Illuminatis.
reason why.
You
Y masones
see,
y todo
every
esto.
time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied
Sí,
by
ya,
gallons of
seguro.
absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what
Oh,
reason?
¿cuál es el
exactly?
motivo? Parece que ha
Lord
desaparecido.
Mortimer asked me to drop everything and come find my mother, who seems to have disappeared during her stay here. I took the first boat, and here I am.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be, sir. It's not your fault.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Ya, un segundo que he visto que está un poco mal eso. Yo creo que bien. Reloj de diálogo. Cuando se agote el tiempo, se seleccionará automáticamente una respuesta. Vale. Hostia, he perdido.
Good evening, my friend.
Holy shit.
Por
That's
estar
the
haciendo
man
esa
to my
mierda.
vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start. Do you know that man?
Joder.
Sir Gregory
Sí que
Hall,
hay poco
an
tiempo
English
para responder.
aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful
Papa
not to
tiene
make
hambre,
too
por
much
favor,
noise.
dale de comer.
One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I have already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind,
Te vas a quedar
Gregory,
solo y
I'd
te van a
like to keep
acuchillar.
Mr. Washington company.
Please feel
El
at home.
mayordomo con un candelabro.
And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
Es un poco prematuro, yo creo, intentar descubrir ahora mismo de este tío sobre mi madre. Así que me quedaré un rato hablando con el Washington.
Let's see what Washington has to say. Sir, if you don't mind, I shall stay here.
Do exactly as you please, young man.
Louis, thank you for staying. Just like you, when I arrived this morning, I found out that Sarah had gone missing. I know your mother well. Don't worry. Emily is from the English branch of the Golden Order.
And President Washington is in fact the leader of the Order in the United States.
I didn't know.
Sorry to have made you wait, but I didn't want to speak in front of the others.
You did well. Secrecy and discretion are the pillars of our organization.
If I can help in any way at all, please don't hesitate to ask, my lad. And if you have any other questions, now's the time.
Hay lo que puedo hacer por usted.
Mother has always had a fascination
saber quién
for
es el
Lord
tío que me
Mortimer,
invitó.
but has never wanted to tell me why.
Lord Mortimer is a remarkable man. He's wealthy and is advisor to the very highly placed. Your mother is the head of the Order in France. It doesn't surprise me that he asked her to come.
Lord Mortimer greatly contributed to
Pero es el
financing my
líder de
April
la
campaign,
Orden,
for example. But I want this to be clear, without ever seeking to gain an advantage.
And that is to his credit.
Yes, you can trust him. He will do everything in his power to help you find Sarah.
Mr. Washington, you seem to be very familiar with my mother.
Where did you first meet her?
I met Sarah during the War of Independence on American soil. She was introduced to me by a mutual acquaintance, and I must say that her sound advice prevented me from making some terrible mistakes. She may not be a soldier, but believe me, she deserves a statue as much as Lafayette does.
Well, I didn't see that one coming. There's no doubt Mother has many secrets that are still hidden. Right. Would it be too much if I asked you a few more questions?
Not at all. Go ahead. But I can't promise I'll remember everything.
May I ask, when you saw each other, what did you talk about? When she came to the U.S., did you exchange ideas about the Golden Order?
Exactly. What's more, she was essential in helping set up the American branch of the Order. I would never have become its leader without her help. We are a new country, and to achieve our democratic ideals, we need to count on discrete powers such as our organization.
Thank you, sir. I was hoping
La
to speak
tierra de
with
las
Lord Mortimer.
oportunidades.
At least now I have some information, thanks to you.
I repeat,
Gracias, majete.
Lord Mortimer is a man of his word. You won't be disappointed, and I am persuaded that your mother's research is his main concern.
Voy a preguntarle si cree que el resto de miembros está al corriente.
Mother still is at the head of the Golden Order. I find it difficult to believe that she came to this island without notifying the other members.
As for myself, I did not know. I am here at the request of Sir Holm, a situation regarding the Crown of England to resolve, and to see what Lord Mortimer has to propose to us.
As for me, Lord Mortimer asked me here to speak about the future of America. I did not
Casualidad que a todos
would
han
even be
reunido
among
para
us.
temas
In any
ajenos,
case, no one has yet mentioned
o
association.
sea, temas diferentes.
We haven't found many clues yet.
Don't worry, Louis. I'm sure nothing bad has happened to her.
Yes, I hope not.
Careful, they're coming back.
¿Este quién es?
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time
Un poco de
with Mr.
musiquilla o algo,
Washington, my
ponme.
dear, or you'll lose your
Estamos más
pretty
aburridos
accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal.
Joder.
But I must say, he does have some
poco.
outstanding pieces.
Mira.
The statue is impressive, and so are the paintings. Rubens, the Caravage, Guignero. Lord Mortimer has
La
very
verdad que
good
sí.
taste, and the means to express it.
Oh, I see our young sir is a connoisseur.
Yes, in my spare time. Yet, I couldn't tell you who the artist of that painting there is. I think I recognize a theme, but The style intrigues me.
Saturn devouring his son. Oh, well, you wouldn't know. The artist is none other than Lord Mortimer. I thought for a long time that the painting wasn't finished, but my old friend assured me it was. Still, there's no accounting for taste.
Not very conventional, but it sure does hold your attention.
You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet.
Sir Hall, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
¿Quién es Elizabeth Adams?
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridor. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her
no va a dar
when
ninguna
we were
nada, ¿no?
introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence. On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will
O
accompany
sea, que son
you
cosas
to
que
your
hubiesen
room.
cambiado si tuviese otras habilidades o cómo. A ver. O sea, joder. Diario. Elizabeth Adams. La hija del vicepresidente. Barón de Nottingham. No es papa, este es el cardenal. Al papa lo han dejado por ahí. Padre fundador. Bueno. Vamos a ver.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Todos a dormir.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Oh, man. It's been quite a day. Right. Where is my room?
La verdad es que ni me he enterado de dónde ha dicho que está mi habitación. Así que... al fondo, no sé dónde. Pero bueno, investigaré un poco, a ver.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Napoleón Bonaparte. Bien.
Monsieur Jacques Perru.
Ni idea. Ya me pedirán que sepa de historia, no sé.
A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia.
Aquí robando todo. Cura todas las alteraciones negativas. No puedes llevar encima más de 5. Saquearla al Mortimer. A ver, espera.
Decorum
Permanentes. O sea que puedo usarlos en cualquier momento. No necesita que sea al principio de cada historia. Abrojo. El abrojo te proporciona el estado exaltado. Se mostrarán temporalmente las inmunidades y la movilidad. Vale.
Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
Ni idea tampoco. Se lo han currado el juego. Está bastante bien hecho. Me gustaría ir a mi habitación, pero no recuerdo dónde me ha dicho que está. George Washington.
George
Está por aquí
Washington.
cerca, supongo. Lo he dicho al final del pasillo, en algún sitio, pero... Esta es... No. Cardenal... Vale, esta es...
That's me.
Sí, sí, a ver. Ya sé que soy yo. Vale, ahora en la habitación.
Right.
Eso,
So
ahí
what
está.
shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it,
Lo he
I'll be
hecho solo,
betraying Piaggi's
sin que lo haga
trust.
yo.
What should I do?
Ay, pum. A ver. No sé. Utilizar esto para abrir la carta me parece un poco mal gasto, pero bueno. Voy a abrir la carta sin más.
Okay, let's see what it contains. Too bad for Piaggi.
No, pues bueno, ya le
So,
pediré
it
perdón.
really is a list of French countrymen. Piaggi wasn't lying. But now it's opened. I better get it to Mother soon. Wow, nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
Vete a la cama, pero antes.
Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, Judith beheading Holofernes. Ironic in a way, when you know that the artist represented herself as Judith beheading. Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son.
No, a mí tampoco, la verdad. Esto sí.
Golden Elixir.
Ajá.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter.
No quiero ver todos los cuadros.
Lovely
por favor.
lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
A ver, antes de nada, a ver qué teníamos. Y ¿Puedo usarlos? ¿Dice o qué? ¿O cómo? ¿Cómo se usan? No sé. El libro del embarcadero. Bueno, pues es lo que hay. Cuatro puntos, vale. A ver, ¿puedo elegir esas también? Como esto. lingüística, lógica, psicología. Vamos a ver. Voy a poner esto. Voy a meterle 2, que ya lo he usado bastante, yo creo. Ciencias no parece que lo haya usado mucho. Esto sí, manipulación sí. Y estos... me deja usarlos, a ver. Y voy a ponerle... observación, si me deja. Protocolo. Es un punto de ocultismo más 1 de protocolo. Voy a ponerme el de protocolo. Ya que tengo algún punto en el ocultismo ya. Me ha sorprendido eso, que te diga las cosas en las que has fallado, en las que podías haber hecho. Pensaba que iba a seguir la historia sin más, siguiendo la trama de de tus acciones.
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
De Richet can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of de Richet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late, and we have much to discuss. One last move?
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this. Come, take a seat, my friend.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
I'm coming.
Corro a la puerta. Que sí, ya voy, hombre. Molestarme.
Excuse me, am I bothering you?
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
No me ha dado tiempo ni...
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
Sí.
Elizabeth Adams. Home introduced her to us.
Yes. Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good
Pinta de que
heavens.
muerta
I
tampoco
was
está.
present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least, I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
Voy a ayudarle.
Count on me, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Keep Elizabeth downstairs as long as possible. She must not return to her room.
Trust me.
Un segundito. Estoy mirando una cosilla. Vale.
According to Washington, Lady Adams is in
O sea,
the small salon. I better hurry.
Oli. Espero no morir, la verdad. En la salita de abajo. Vamos allá. ¿Qué era eso? Una llave. Ah, no. Sí, casi. Hombre, más que yo, seguro que habías avanzado ahora mismo, ¿no? ¿Qué?
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Vamos a robarle al señor. ¿Qué es lo que es? Pues acabo de empezar, la verdad. O sea, he llegado a la mansión y he hablado con algunos y poco más. El cura Gotilla.
Ah, my son. Oh, you are a godsend.
What's the matter, Your Eminence?
I believe Miss Adams may be in danger.
What do you mean?
Do you hear that? She is being manhandled in this small salon.
By
Pues
whom?
haz algo, hombre.
I don't know exactly. A thug, a Frenchman, it seems. By the cut of his cloth, I'd say he's a member of the French Revolutionary Government. You should do something, my son.
Debería hacer algo. Yo no. Me gustaría decirte por qué tengo que ir yo, pero...
Shit.
Me la suda.
To make sure Adams wouldn't go back to her room.
Sé
Don't
que
worry,
tengo
Your
que
Eminence.
hacerlo yo.
I'll take
Todo.
care of it. Probably nothing to worry about.
Do you want me to call for help?
Please don't do anything. I'm sure with a little goodwill, everything will work out fine. Don't go and wake up the whole manor, please.
Thank you, my son. May God watch over you.
No creo en tu Dios.
Who do you think you are?
Ah, pues yo justo eso. He hablado con unos ahí y me he ido a dormir. Y ahora acabo de levantarme y eso. ¿Dónde te ibas a caer? Vale.
Me, sir.
If we were in France, I'd have sent you to the guillotine for what you just said.
Please, just let me go back to my
¿Quién es usted,
room.
caballero?
Hey, you! Stay out of it! This is none of your business. I'm gonna teach this little slut how to behave.
Oye,
What the
oye.
hell's going on?
Huh?
¿Qué cojones eres tú?
I don't think you know who I am.
I beg you. I didn't mean to. Don't hit me, please, sir.
Shit. If I step in, Adams might just run back to her room. And if I do nothing, yes, Washington will have enough time to search, but this girl's gonna suffer. Damn it. What should I do?
Vamos a ayudarla.
Let her go! Huh? Stay out of it, boy!
Shit.
What are you playing at? I told
Sí,
you to
yo-
mind your own business, boy. If you think you can side with this whore and then just
al
walk
dormir me ha
away,
salido
you're out of your mind.
como cosas que
Give
no
me
había
one
hecho
good reason not to knock you
y que no había
down.
encontrado y tal. Pues te
You're not
recuerdo que
back in
estás
your
aquí.
slum now. You're in Lord Mortimer's
Chavalote.
home. I suggest
No te
you think
flipes.
carefully about what you're going to do.
Don't think you're getting away with it that easily. I'm sick of all these
Chupala, hombre.
toffs. If we were in Paris, I'd send you all to the guillotine. And on top of it all, a woman telling me how I ought to behave? I won't stand for it.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
What? Don't tell me you're gonna defend these harlots.
¿Pero a ti qué te pasa?
I believe in
Igual la
man.
lío, pero
From speech comes dialogue. From dialogue, peace
a
is
este
born.
tío no sé si
And
le
from peace,
funciona estas
great
cosas.
destinies flourish.
Para que me mete
What are you
un
talking
zambombazo.
about? I get the feeling you're trying to put one over on me. If that's the case, you're making a big mistake.
Sorry about that. Look, there's no point in us aggravating each other. Let's both just go our separate ways.
Don't move. We're not done yet. You wanted to be the knight in shining armor and save the damsel in distress. Let's see how brave you are.
Bueno. Todavía me matan.
Think about it. You know your head will roll tomorrow if you shoot.
Wanna bet?
Sure do.
I'm not in the habit of beating Lord Mortimer's guest in his own salon. You got off easy this time, but don't try it again.
Aquí lo de los puntos es una locura, Ya no sé si gastarlos, si no gastarlos. O qué hacer con ellos. ¿Qué es eso?
The brooch Elizabeth was wearing.
Huh. She was so frightened she was unaware that she'd lost it.
Yeah, well, it didn't seem to do her much good.
A ver si encontramos más cosillas por aquí. Libros, siempre hay.
These look like pages taken from an ancient encyclopedia. There's a pattern with 5 circles on this chest.
Lo abrimos. Venga. Bien.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. I have no space left. I'll retrieve
Ya
it
no
later.
tengo más. ¿Y para eso lo he abierto? Anda, no me jodas. Vamos a ver. Creo que he entrado por esa. Así que saldré por esta a ver si me lleva a un sitio diferente.
Lady Adams must have locked it behind her when she
nada.
fled.
No hay más cosas por aquí, ¿no?
Well, did you get time to search the room?
Louis, I only needed 10 minutes. Imagine the scandal if she had found me.
What would you have done in my shoes? She was in the middle of an argument with some angry guy.
10 minutes. I didn't ask for the moon.
Nonetheless, you found what you were looking for, didn't you?
Not everything, but yes. Elizabeth is definitely the daughter of John Adams. We need more information.
You can always go back.
It's too late now.
He perdido a Washington. Regresa a la cama, ¿pero qué? ¿Va a estar todo el día durmiendo? ¿Cómo va esto? A ver, voy a investigar más. Estas son puertas que no puedo abrir. Dismantle. Me suena. ¿Cuál es ese? Si bajo por esta llego a un sitio diferente. No me deja bajar.
That's not the right way.
¿Cómo? ¿Es que vaya para el otro lado? ¿Me quieres decir? Vale, vale. Quiere sonar que lo he visto la descripción del juego alguna vez o alguna cosa. Me suena bastante.
Your Eminence, what are you doing here?
I was worried about you, my son. How did it go with Miss Adams?
En el lado oscuro.
Don't worry about that anymore, Your Eminence. I had to step in, but everything's under control.
What an adventure, my son. I am relieved to hear it. You acted as a good Christian. In these troubled times, we need more men of your caliber.
It's nothing, Your Eminence. I did what I had to do. Well, you did the opposite.
Y actúa como mejor cristiano que el párroco este de mierda.
My son, I have another problem. I wanted to speak to you about something important. Do you still have my letter on you? The one I gave you in the hall?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to add to it.
Mierda. Espera. No. Mierda. La voy a liar.
Here it is.
Porque la he abierto.
You opened it.
Me cago.
Don't worry about that, Your Eminence.
You gave me your word before God.
I can assure you that my mother and I share everything.
That's enough. Your word is worthless. I will murder this letter myself.
Ya la he preparado. Que ya no sé qué gastar los puntos, joder. Sí, se me ha enfadado. Porque he abierto la carta esa que me ha dado. Y manda la opción de abrir la carta sin rajar el sello. Pero he dicho, no voy a gastar los puntos en esta chorrada. Simplemente luego no le devuelvo la carta y ya está. Pero no ha colado.
I'm exhausted. I better go to bed. I'll search my room tomorrow. If Mother stayed here right before me, you never know. And Mortimer had better show up.
Yo creo que este juego solo sirve para liarla con la peña que sale aquí. Hala, a ver. Sí, ¿qué quieres que haga? Hago lo que puedo, hombre.
All right. In my vision yesterday, I saw that Mother had this room.
Pues ya me imagino.
I'd better search the room.
A ver, no creo que
Maybe she left me something behind.
que juegue tanto como para hacerlo al 100%, ¿eh? Así te lo digo. Va a seguir con esto, va. Ah, vale. Vamos a buscar pistas. Oh, no hay nada bajo la almohada. ¿Qué cosas?
A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
Esperaba que me dejasen un caramelito bajo la almohada.
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable to join
Estimado
you
Monsieur
at
Richet.
present. However, rest assured that we are doing all we can to resolve the case
Claro,
that
bomboncitos.
concerns us. By the way,
como en los hoteles, ¿no?
enclosed, you will find a key that will enable you to retrieve the personal effects your mother left behind. Yours faithfully, Lord William Mortimer.
Que señor
Dear
Mama,
Monsieur de Richet.
que ya. Voy a tener que estar mirando todo con lupa para no dejarme nada, porque vamos.
The incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio representing St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound?
Pues sí que parece incrédulo, sí, que le tiene que meter el dedito para creérselo. Con verlo no lo he servido.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
No quiero saber qué has oído y qué has querido entender, Sad.
There's a circle around the lock here. Must be the trunk Mortimer was talking about. The key should open it.
Había un cuadro donde le están metiendo el dedito a Jesús en la llaga del lanzazo. Digo, joder, no era suficiente. No era suficiente ver la herida como para encima tener que insistir.
All right, I've retrieved everything.
Sí, sí.
Look, markings on the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage.
Hombre, pues a ver. Si hay algo aquí que han arrastrado hacia una pared, es rarito. A ver.
Oh, this bookcase is well stocked. Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way.
Un libro al revés,
around.
qué cosas.
A Voyage Around the World, the travelogue of the explorer Louis-Antoine de Bougainville.
One of Mother's favorite books. What a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences.
No lo creo.
It's just too much.
I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother?
Found it. A faint sign of the Order, barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room.
Un segundito. Que me acuerde para qué son las cosas. Vale. Vale. Vale, debería usar esto para quitarme ya la... Ahí. Y luego ya pues seguimos.
Not far from solving the puzzle, I must keep searching.
A ver, ¿esto qué ha dicho que es?
Markings on the floor.
No puedes intuir
Just
nada.
a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage.
Bueno, pues es lo lógico, ¿no?
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests.
Busca
Very jolly.
pistas. ¿Qué más pistas quieres que encuentre, majo?
Writing material. I haven't even had time to unpack my
Inspiration of St. Matthew, or Matthew writing his gospel,
No me deja salir de la habitación
dictated
ni
to
nada.
him by voices.
nothing.
The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance. A Byzant from the Byzantine Empire. A coin often used during the
Monedas
St.
de
Louis era.
colección. Espera, ¿qué puede salir por aquí? A la terraza. Voy a recuperar unos puntillos. Para que no me digan, no puedes llevar más objetos de estos.
Here's something will undermine my botanist's appreciation for the local climate.
¿Qué estás descubriendo, amigo?
Let's recap. My mother was in
Me
this
están
room.
dando ganas.
I found a rare
Vale,
edition of her
te tiras
favorite
por
book.
el balcón. Se
She
acabó el
must have left
juego.
something
Te lo has
behind.
pasado.
She must have used the writing materials. What if she used lemon juice instead? An old trick used to hide messages.
Madre mía. El típico...
A message
La
using
tinta
invisible ink.
invisible
I
con
bet she
limón.
used a lemon to leave a message. Now, how do I reveal the message?
Pues con una vela, Jacobo. ¿Con qué va a ser?
A Chinese coin.
¿No?
Nothing here.
O sea, para...
I wouldn't mind a nice strong coffee though.
¿Cómo que ya se pueden poner el qué? Sí, ya lo quité para que no te echase. Voy a cogerla porque soy demasiado listo. A ver qué haces, campeón. Explorar cenizas sobre el libro.
Damn, I'm making a serious mess here.
Pues no.
It's no good. It might have worked if the writing had left marks in the paper, but no. There's only traces of lemon. Luckily, I've only put ash on part of the message.
Y ya estoy liándola otra vez. A ver qué más puedo usar. Lo normal es que uses una luz, algo que caliente la hoja esa, pero... Fuego el de tus ojos, bonita.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Anda, mira, una vela. Esto va bien. Esto va bien. Es que no sé por qué me ha dado por coger la ceniza. Che, bueno, igual sirve para algo.
Aha! It's working. The heat reveals the message.
Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology.
Gorgon.
On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, could be anywhere. Damn! The message continues, but thanks to me, the rest of the text is unreadable. Great. I hope it wasn't a unique edition or Mother's gonna kill me. Now I better hurry and find the Medusa.
Le he liado porque ahora no se lee todo el texto. Genial, soy un genio.
Typical.
I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Si voy al salón escarlata. Pero si voy sin mirarlo todo, seguro que me dicen, no has hecho no sé qué.
Hey, a Russian ruble. I wonder what it'd be worth today.
Mira la terracita. Hostia. Ahora estaba esperando que pusiese apartarse o tirarse. ¿Y sirve de algo mirar aquí? ¿Qué se supone que ves? Oh, preciosas rocas. Vale. Muy bonito. Iré a veranear ahí. Vale, no parece que haya más opciones de cosas por coger aquí fuera.
This room looks unoccupied.
No es mi habitación todo. ¿Esta sí? Entiendo que también. Esta también, esta también. Y había otra más.
A priest's robe, crosses. Must be Piaggi's room.
Voy a echar un último ojo a la habitación. Y luego salgo a ver. Que solo creo que quedan por los cuadros por examinar.
Inferno by Dante.
Que sí, bueno.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very
Creo
jolly.
que ya he mirado todo.
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Bueno, yo creo que ya voy a salir. Ya miro cualquier cosa buscando que me diga, oh, sí, puedes usarlo. Pues nos vamos para afuera.
If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests.
En algún momento debe entrar en las habitaciones del resto de invitados. Pues sí, ¿no? En algún momento. Sí, la verdad es que parecía un poco raro, no lo quería comentar, pero sí. Gente metiendo los dedos donde no debe meterlos.
That's the door to Elizabeth's room.
¿Esta es la de la Elizabeth? ¿Cuál me ha dicho? ¿Pero puedo entrar a las habitaciones de esta gente?
Let no one disturb me. I'm busy.
Too bad.
Vale.
I'll see him later.
Molestando a la gente mientras se toca en la habitación. Vale. El hecho de que me haya dicho que esta es la habitación de la Elizabeth me hace pensar que
For
quiere
God's
que...
sakes, what happened in here?
Además, es satánica la niña. A ver, igual el tío este, el Luis, se quería unir. ¿Hay alguien aquí? ¿Hay alguien aquí? ¿Dónde moriste?
A novel of the initiation of a young woman into polite society. August 24th, 1792.
Esto era una desesperación. ¿Qué
Elizabeth,
tiene algún sentido seguir
doubt
escribiéndote?
there is any point in writing to you.
Bla, bla.
I'm not even sure you'll receive my letters. Father controls my correspondence more and more. I am certain he filters our exchanges. Thankfully, one of the chambermaids is able to help me get my
Vale.
letters.
¿Cuál hemos leído?
August 24th, 1792. 30 November, 1791.
A ver, ¿tendrá algún sentido si lo leemos en orden todo? Vamos a ver. ¿Qué fecha
June
tiene
11th,
esto?
7.
91,
August 24th,
92
30 November.
y 91. O sea, la primera es una de estas. Esta es
June
de
11th,
noviembre. Esta sería la primera.
1791. My dear Elizabeth, the last letter gave me much cause for concern. Your words were so cold, as if emotions no longer matter to you. Father maintains the secondary effects of your treatment still trouble you, but that they will soon...
Ahora sería esta.
30 November, 1791. My dear sister, the cancellation of our reunion hit me like a stab to the heart.
Luego la del medio.
August 24th, 1792.
Vale, pues bien. Vamos a seguir saqueando la habitación destrozada de esta pobre mujer. ¿Qué es esto?
I think I found a box containing
Una caja con
some kind of white
cristales
crystals.
blancos. Venga, voy a usar
These are magnesium
mi habilidad de
crystals. A
ciencias.
fairly effective remedy for easing anxiety.
Remedio muy eficaz para combatir la ansiedad. Consumir los cristales. Y me sigue rodeando. Se supone que voy ansioso por la vida. Los tomo, va. Tómatelos.
See what it tastes like. Ugh. I really need to stop tasting everything I find now.
Ahora se vuelve adicto. Joder, no me jodes. Voy a usar... ¿Qué? ¿Cómo era? Voy a usar el elixir dorado porque le he liado otra vez. Me tomo lo que no tengo que tomarme y claro. Le gustan las pílulas al señor. Soy un vampiro, no salgo en el espejo.
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May. I've been told that you're no better, and, unfortunately, your brothers and I are absolutely snowed under by the...
Sí, sí. Están contando un cuento de la hostia. A ver, otro cofrecito.
A chest with a half-circle pattern.
Abrir. Bueno, si solo me cuesta uno, lo abro. Vale.
An untutored hand copied these notes. Looks like a healing method. Well, that's a pity. The writing is barely legible.
Método de curación. ¿Lo examino con ciencia o con ocultismo? Con ocultismo igual. Por si es algún método de curación así chamánico o alguna historia así. Venga, va.
Feet and hands are bound. A piece of cloth in the mouth prevents the tongue from being sectioned. It looks like preparation for an exorcism. Is Elizabeth really possessed?
Mejor. Cuando me dan las opciones después de leerlo, no sé qué me quiere decir. Si es que voy a descubrir más cosas si lo examino con el ocultismo y con las ciencias. O si examino con la ciencia me va a decir, pues no entiendo nada. Todo tan complicadito. A ver si me deja usar algo más. Contra las habitaciones de más gente. Este no.
That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
La habitación del soldado. A ver. Ya me la estoy jugando mucho, pero vamos a ver.
Devil's Thorn. The Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
Ah, pues sí que era Napoleón Bonaparte.
It's a beautiful weapon. A lovely damask blade.
No me puedo llevar su espada, joder.
I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days.
A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier.
La espada de Napoleón. No me digas que tú no la quieres.
Vercingetorix throws down his arms at the feet of Julius Caesar by Royer.
My dear Napoleon,
Estimado Napoleón, como acordamos, me gustaría que se uniese al encuentro de la alta sociedad organizado para la ocasión. Bla 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 bla.
We shall be able to continue.
Muy bien. Chorradas.
Amber.
This is Circe.
Estoy coleccionando monedas pero de todo tipo aquí. Creo que no hay nada más dentro de la habitación. Así que iré a la terraza a ver. ¿No deja salir? Pues no. No parece.
French actor Talma is Nero in Britannicus, the last emperor of the Caesar dynasty.
A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier.
¿Qué han sido esos 3 puntitos que me han salido? No me da buen rollo, ¿eh? ¿Qué se oye por aquí? ¿Hay alguien barriendo o qué?
Might be better to take a different stairway. Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Voy a recuperar unos puntillos.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Manuel Godoy.
Huh, that's me.
Esta es mi habitación.
Monseigneur, His
Esta
Eminence
es la del cura.
Honey, the remedy of the gods.
Jalea para la saca.
President George Washington.
¿A dónde se supone que tengo que ir entonces? Salón Escarlata. ¿Qué leches está eso? Si ya me da una vuelta a todo. O el primer piso se referirá a la planta de abajo. Esta no podía ir. Pero había otra escalera que me ha parecido que sí, ¿no? Vamos a ver. Juraría que investigando, creo que esta escalera sí que me dejaba bajar. Sí, esta sí.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Is this about last night?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault, too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Home.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious.
¿Qué has perdido,
I'm not
chiquilla?
worried about Jacques Peru.
You didn't happen to lose this, did you?
Where did you find it?
In the small salon.
It's the only reminder I have of my beloved sister. I thought that swine stole it from me.
Pues no, la tenía yo porque soy una buena persona, te la doy.
Sarah de Richet's son.
Yes, why?
Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
My mother came here to do business with Lord Mortimer.
Sí, ha desaparecido.
But she seems to have
Que
gone
sabes,
missing.
maja.
So I'm here to find her.
I know your mother very well.
Se conoce.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you.
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No, I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh.
Pues no se llevan muy bien,
agitated.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
Elizabeth, confiding in me might ease your burden. Let me relieve you of some of your suffering.
Relieve me? Do you even hear yourself? Do you really think that by confiding in my torturer's son, I will be healed as if by magic? That it will bring my smile back? Or let me sleep at night? Look, you don't seem like a bad person. And I'm sorry you have to find out your mother's true colors like this. But I'm not going to pity you. Everybody has their cross to bear. I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they?
Mencionar a su... que hemos leído antes. El que se preocupaba, ¿quién era? Su hermana.
Haven't you got a sister?
Yes.
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
She's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for her. Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for
¿Cómo conocía a vuestra madre?
You see, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors. But none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
I understand how you feel, but I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
So what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's coming for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
Uy, uy, uy. Está hecha mierda la señorita esta.
What can I do for
Hola,
you,
señor
sir?
de la máscara.
I am at your service day and night, sir.
A ver, ¿a qué?
As I
¿Echamos
was
una hora
unable
qué?
to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
¿Qué le va a pedir? ¿Manuscrito?
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir. And I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
It is damaged, sir. I would never dare lend sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir. I took it to restore.
No. De momento no.
What can you tell me about the guests?
Do excuse me, sir, but I am bound by discretion to say nothing about Lord Mortimer's guests, sir. Perhaps sir would like to know something else?
I would like to speak about your master, Lord Mortimer.
Do please excuse me, sir, but I shall make no comment about my master. Is there anything else that sir would like to know?
Yes. Can you briefly describe the ground floor, please?
Very well,
Quería
sir.
darle a la segunda
On the
vuelta,
ground floor, there are mainly living rooms. Sir finds himself at present in the Grand Hall. From the Grand Hall, Sir can access, on one side, the small salon, where the guests like to relax with
Pero
a
sí,
good
que lo pillo
From
yo.
there, Sir can access the conference room, which is closed at present for preparations. That is where Lord Mortimer likes to gather all of his guests for talks. From the other side of the Grand Hall, Sir may access the dining room. That is where Sir's meals will be served. From the dining room, Sir may benefit from an exceptional view overlooking the island. It is also the best way to access the portrait gallery, where a large part of Lord Mortimer's works are exhibited. And in the gallery, Sir will also find access to the garden. But Sir may be reassured the building is accessible on both sides, so that it surrounds the garden in question. So, Sir should not find cause to worry. No one has ever gotten lost.
Except for my mother.
Has Sir another question?
Que te calles ya, hombre. La suda. Tus mierdas.
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men. Open to Brutus's page. Caesar, stabbed by multiple blows at once, sees Brutus raise the dagger on him. Then, covering his head with his robe, he delivers himself to the arms of the conspirators. Nice family. Let's keep it. Might come in handy someday.
A ver qué hay por aquí. El día que hagan inventario en la mansión esta de lo que tienen, me va a decir, pero qué hostia te ha pasado.
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
A ver, el salón escarlata este que pasa aquí.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently.
Nos ha dicho quiénes son ellos, pero a ellos no les ha dicho quiénes somos nosotros.
Thank you again for the wine.
Que se jodan.
It is served every day at the king's table.
What do you want to know?
I am delighted to hear it.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
Don't trouble yourself. And you, sir?
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Madre mía, qué interpretación.
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A Sauterne, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favourite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule. But I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well,
Es una mezcla de Emma Watson y Eva Green.
Into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift.
¿Por qué se parece?
I
Yo
made a
dije la...
promise. Now it is done.
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just mentioning that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
My lord, I only know the prestige of your name. Might I have the honor of getting to know you a little better?
You are Monsieur...
Louis Moras de Richet.
De Richet. De Richet. A name with a nobiliary particle. Are you descended from a noble line?
That's right. The seer can do wonders.
I am just a simple French citizen.
Really? Oh, you seem nothing like a commoner. Especially compared to that wretch over there sharing our meal.
Yes, I heard the news. What a story.
Have you any information on this Napoleon?
Dejo responder a la Emile.
What do you think, madam? What is this Bonaparte doing here?
The presence of a soldier is never a good sign. It can only mean there's going to be further war. To answer your question, I only know that his family were in favor of the revolution, and that it almost cost them their lives.
Thank you, that's helpful.
That's right. The seer can do wonders.
Monsieur de Richet? It would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
Bueno, a ver el Napoleón, la que me...
Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis. I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about our disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
Le han colado el marrón a
He
Luis.
assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And for that, I have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
No puedo aceptar un
Surely
trato
such
así.
an amount will buy twice as many cannons. Don't try to pull a fast one on me. We're both young, but we are not naive.
Please don't be offended. I just wanted to make sure you knew what you were talking about. And I am reassured. I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France.
De hecho, es
Given
partidario de
the
la
hard times
revolución.
that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
Francia necesita... Vamos a
I
decirlo
think
de
what
un
France is
líder.
lacking today is a truly strong leader ready to govern her. Someone who will restore her luster, who will propel her forward so once again she becomes a proud nation respected by all. A man capable of both rebuilding the country from the inside
Y ese
and
eres
at
tú,
the same
chavalote.
time developing exterior relations. Someone with a vision.
Haciéndole la pelota
The right
nivel
person
9000.
still remains to be found.
You're right, my friend. I hear your words, and I agree. Monsieur de Richet, I am reassured. I am very happy to have met you. Lord Mortimer was right to put his trust in you. I hope to work with you in the very near future. I would like to thank you for your support by offering you this humble little
Support.
Reflections on the Revolution in France.
Mr. Bonaparte, I thank you for this gesture, and please know that I, too, am delighted to have met you.
My friends, I would like to say a few words, please. I would like to thank Lord Mortimer, and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects.
¿Qué hacían las cosas estas? Que lo mire por si acaso. Voy a dejar entrar al gato. Un segundo. Y se baja ahora.
But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in... campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
Bravo, bravo.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington. Right, we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present,
Pues sí que
well
tenía
as Lord
habilidad de
Mortimer,
protocolo,
I
¿no?
hope. Until then,
Se
I
supone.
trust you will find plenty to keep
Bueno,
you
este va más nivel de
amused.
protocolo. Persuasión, manipulación, política. Bueno, todo ha ido bastante bien, excepto que he manchado el libro ese. Ocho puntos. A ver. Vamos a poner un puntito con todo, a ver. Luego me quedan 3 puntos. No, 2 puntos. Vamos a poner un ocultismo para subirlo de nivel. Nivel 2. Y uno... A ver, uno en manipulación. Venga.
All right, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
A ver, qué... ¿Qué utilizo? Persuasión, política, manipulación. ¿He puesto un punto en manipulación? No. Persuasión, protocolo. Voy a poner de momento una en persuasión. Busca el lugar mencionado por tu madre. Lo de
Well, Your Eminence, do you
gorrona
still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together. I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Waldner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
The benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first invitation to Lord Mortimer's. You will see, it's the perfect place to make new friends. Indeed, I noticed that you and Mr. Bonaparte had already begun.
Ah, I adapt quickly to local customs. It's what I was taught.
And you are right to do so, my son. But tell me, have you had any news of your mother since your arrival?
Alas, still nothing, Your Eminence. But I still haven't been able to meet Lord Mortimer.
Do not worry. It is typical of him. What can I say? Lord Mortimer is a very busy man. I should think you are beginning to worry.
Well, I must admit, Your Eminence, indeed it does worry me.
I understand, but continue to have faith in Sarah. You'll see, I'm sure, that in a few days we'll all be laughing together.
That's all I hope for, Your Eminence. But while I have you with me, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Louis. What can I do for you?
Estoy buscando una medusa.
As I haven't visited all the manor yet, I wondered if you hadn't seen a medusa by any chance.
I beg your pardon?
Yes, la Gorgogne, the Medusa from Greek mythology. Would you have seen one? In any shape or form?
Not at all, my son. I'm not sure what you're getting at, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be of any use to you.
Thank you anyway, Your Eminence. I won't take up any more of your time. On that last word, then I shall leave you to fight your demons. See you later, Your Eminence.
Parece que ya no está tan enfadado por abrir la dichosa carta.
The lock is surrounded by a triple circle.
Está ya volviendo loco con lo de las cerraduras, eh.
All right, I've retrieved everything.
Pero me decía que tenía que leerlo. El problema es que lo he abierto dejando rastros.
Amber crystals.
Saquea.
The Conversion of Ulysses by Gurs. Circe changing Ulysses' companions into swines.
Ulises.
Discourse on the Method by Descartes. This book changed the way I looked at the world. Circe preparing wine. What better trap for Ulysses? Romney painted Lady Hamilton as Circe.
Encontrar un cuadro, ¿no? Entiendo. Que sea de Medusa o alguna cosa así. Es cuando me lanzo por aquí y paso de todo esto. Una moneda. Ojalá, Madre mía, acabo de entrar en la biblioteca más grande del universo. No se ve ni el fin de la biblioteca.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
A few pages out of an old encyclopedia.
Vamos a ver dónde nos llevan las puertecitas.
Where all eyes size you up.
Donde todos los ojos te
Chances
observan.
are, that's the room my mother spoke of.
Donde todos
And
los
she
cuadros
also
te
spoke
miran
of
a ti.
Medusa.
¿O cómo?
Should I go and try to find the creature now?
O sea, en esta habitación buscar a Medusa. Vale, vale. Así a primera vista no la veo. Así que vamos a investigar.
A cache.
Sí, tampoco. ¿Entendemos que es un cuadro o lo estoy interpretando yo así?
Roland feeleth is a fragment of amber. Christ Crucified by Velasquez. Look, someone's left a note there. Reserved for the Duke of Alquidia.
A ver, ¿dónde habrá una medusa? Ahí está. La acabo de ver.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
¿Qué tiene la medusa esta?
I've got to find out what Mother was trying to do with her. The Medusa. A hero armed with a sword? A hero with a lantern. And the last one holding a shield. I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast. Let's give them a helping hand. The origin of myths, a reinterpretation of
Pues no me he
legendary
fijado, la
creatures.
verdad.
Just what I need. The text is in French on the left-hand page and in Latin on the right hand. Let's find the chapter on the Medusa. Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa.
Vale. Mientras los héroes distraen a Medusa, gira la estatuilla. Hacia el héroe del farol. Y el del farol también. Hacia el héroe del escudo. Así están un poco pitudos, sí. Y está hacia la... hacia Medusa. Está hacia el héroe de la espada. Yo qué sé ya. No entiendo mucho la lógica de esto. O sea, los dos estos la distraen mientras el otro le ataca. Pero eso en girar las estatuas, ¿a qué se traduce?
In Greek mythology, anyone who looked into the eyes of the Medusa turned to stone. So the monster's statue must be turned towards someone who can protect their eyes. It can only be the hero holding the shield.
Comprendo. Estaba pensando, pero tampoco lo encontraba sentido. Vale. Gira la estatuilla hacia el héroe del escudo.
It looks right, but nothing's happening.
Vale.
Maybe, in this position, the hero with the shield is just dazzling his colleague.
El héroe del escudo hacia Medusa.
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work. There must be something else.
El del farolillo hacia el héroe de la espada. No. El del farolillo hacia el héroe del escudo.
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work. There must be something else.
¿No es así? Y esta se supone que sí debería ser así. Se supone que, por lo que ha dicho, para enfrentarse a Medusa primero tenía que haber alguien que pudiese cubrirse con algo, la vista. O sea que debe ser el escudo. Y que mientras los dos héroes estos, el del escudo y el farol, se enfrentan a Medusa, la distraen, el héroe de la espada tiene que enfrentarse a ella. Entonces, Medusa tiene que mirar al héroe del escudo. Entiendo que el héroe de la espada tiene que mirar a Medusa, pero el que me descoloca es el héroe del farolillo este. No sé qué leches es.
Now, Louis,
It's time to keep a logical mind, as every good scientist should. The aim is to defeat the Medusa. So what can the lantern be for?
¿Para qué sirve el
To light
farol?
up the Medusa? Hardly likely. The hero holding the lantern will be easy prey, and the shield will be of no use. To light up the sword? No, that makes no sense. So that leaves the shield. I wonder if the aim is to play with the light. If I turn the shield right, the light would be reflected. The ray of light will perturb the Medusa and focus her attention on the best protected hero.
Y no supone que lo tengo
Pretty
así.
smart. But it also means I have to make sure I get the shield position just right.
O sea, el escudo lo tengo... Ah, espera. Accionar el mecanismo.
The mechanism is worn here. Whenever the shield is not turned toward the sword, the machinery freezes up. The statue must have been in this position most of the time, betrayed by the marks of time. So that makes it easy. The shield must face the sword. If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa.
Primero, acelero la espada. Tengo que poner esto. Anda.
Whoa.
Pasadizo secreto.
Rah! For Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Well, keep your nose out of my business then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Y hasta le da igual
Stop fooling around
que
and
un
tell me
tío
what you're
acabe
doing here.
de aparecer a través de una pared.
I was feeling a bit peckish. I went in search of the kitchen and I ended up here.
Your sense of direction is mind-boggling, isn't it? Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh yeah, in your dreams. At your service, madam.
Madre mía, la mujer esta. No hace más que
A
mandarme.
golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Do you think that can really be Jason's golden fleece?
No, you are aware that Jason and the Argonauts is a myth, aren't you?
But Mortimer's been protecting this hide. It must be of great value, don't you think?
Certainly of historical value. This kind of hide is still used by gold diggers in Eastern Europe. Now you see how easy it is to obtain a legend.
Why do you have to act so nonchalant every time I show you something?
Louis, anyone can kill a sheep, rip off its hide, and say it's the Golden Fleece.
We're at Lord Mortimer's, not at some farmyard fair. You're just too skeptical.
And you have a tendency to believe anything. Talk about an unlikely pair.
Yet, you know opposites attract, don't you?
An unofficial gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
The Gospel according to Judas, or How to Crucify Jesus as part of God's plan. You do realize that the contents of this book could undermine the very foundations of Christianity.
One more reason to leave it in the secret room of a lost manor on a private island.
Do you realize how important this book is?
Of course, but what I really want to know is how did it come into Mortimer's possession?
I was thinking the same thing about all the paintings and sculptures in the manor. How did the English manage to get their hands on them?
When someone wants to attract the attention of the world's leading power, somehow the gifts just pour in.
You wouldn't have gone to the Vatican recently, would you?
Are you calling me a thief?
Certainly not.
Never entered my mind. A Chinese coin, recognizable by the hole in the middle. If I remember rightly, that's called a cash. Guess what I found?
The Holy Grail.
Older than that.
A piece of Noah's Ark.
Not that old.
This could go on for hours. Just tell me.
Caesar's laurel wreath. The workmanship on this crown is amazing. The finesse of the gold laurel leaves is beautiful. A crown worthy of an emperor. I'd stake my life that it's the genuine article.
Probarse la corona.
Stop! Don't put your grubby fat fingers on it.
No me deja la tía esta probar la corona de César.
At least put on some gloves.
Please note, my fingers are slim.
You were going to leave marks. My God, what an amateur.
Many a harpsichord players would love to have sexy fingers like mine.
Tell me where you took your infiltration classes so I can have your tutor executed.
Let's compare hands then. We'll soon see whose fingers are fattest.
No, I'm not going to compare hands with you. Let's just keep going.
Bad loser.
Aquí hay una hoja.
Well, looks like a pamphlet on different political regimes, written by Mortimer himself.
¿Esto qué es? Excalibur.
You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
I'm busy. Describe it to me.
I think this is Excalibur, King Arthur's sword. I've always dreamt of drawing it from the stone.
How sweet. You're still clinging to your boyhood dreams. When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search the place?
Amber crystals.
Here's something interesting. A manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention. How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
See those fine scratches around the words?
Yes, and?
The ink barely spreads on the paper. It spreads exactly the same way on the signature. The deed was written using the same ink. If it is a fake, then it's a professional job. These documents must be fakes. No man can own that many original works, no matter how rich he is.
Be careful. The Order has tried many times to estimate his personal wealth without ever succeeding.
And look here. Castles in Scotland, vineyards in Italy, districts in Venice. He's richer than some European countries.
These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
And how do you know my mother was interested in this room?
I didn't know, I just supposed she was. And you just confirmed it. So, do you think she found what she came for?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again,
Hola,
I
Orden.
don't know.
¿Qué pasa?
We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take?
Has llegado justo casi cuando iba a dejar esto, ¿eh?
Why keep such a collection hidden in
Pero
a secret
podemos
room?
jugar a unas
Any
phasmofobias
thoughts?
si queréis.
Mortimer has every reason in the world to conceal it, even if only to keep it from people like us.
Hey, Emily, we're not thieves. We're only looking. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something.
Vamos a ver.
Hey, Mortimer is the author of this work. It talks about his passion for art.
También ha firmado la tinaja esta.
The heavenly symbols refer to Pandora's box. Emily, I'm pretty sure I've got Pandora's box.
Vamos a encontrar la caja de
Of course you
Pandora,
have.
chavales.
You see an earthen pot and you immediately assume it can only be Pandora's box. Logical. What I like about you, Louis, is that you never fail to surprise me.
La liamos.
Emily, what if I open the jar? Would that then make man responsible for all the evils?
Try. It'll make a change. All right, can we move on now?
I do love your irony, but honestly, are you ever impressed by anything you see?
By a chamber pot? No, you really do need to do better than that.
Me han dado un logro por intentar abrir la caja de Pandora.
I found an amazing ring. There's an inscription engraved on it. Emily, when I see that ring, I can no longer hold back my feelings for you.
Oh, stop it. You're being ridiculous.
What do you mean? I was just about to get down on one knee.
Hacerse graciosillo.
Carry on searching.
Joder, hija. No se contenta con nada esta mujer.
What is that you found?
A cameo pendant. What's going on?
Nothing.
¿Qué le pasa?
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like
Como
a
un
book
broche,
to you.
Orden.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of
un
saving
brochecito.
Mortimer's cellar. Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
Madre mía. Pues si no me das opciones, hija, pues... Ajá.
When are you going to understand that I just want to help you?
What do you expect? That I'll fall into your arms and say yes to everything you want?
What are you talking about? I'm only asking you to trust me a little. If only on principle, as a member of the Golden Order, for example.
I'll admit you are fairly reliable.
That's it? I was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese. But I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily! I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Era la psicología, si no recuerdo mal.
You think your scathing wit protects you,
podría
but in
mirarlo.
fact it makes you blind. No sooner have people introduced themselves than you already see them in a bad light. You play the part of a strong woman, and yes, you are a strong woman, of course. But what I see is a sensitive young lady who lacks self-confidence. Stop adopting a defensive posture, and you'll see just how quickly new doors will open.
There is some truth to what you say. I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
Creo que voy a decir...
Yes. You're the kind of girl who gets by on her own and who shares nothing.
The fact is, you are completely mistaken about me.
Mierda.
I already have a work partner. I know my weaknesses. I
Mira
don't
que lo había
doubt that
pensado,
your
pero
abilities will be of use
la
to
cago.
me. But I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler. So, your partner is...
¿Qué decís? ¿Es un hombre o una mujer? Una mujer, ¿no? Por lo del camafeo entiendo que sí, ¿no? Ajá. Mierda.
Your sister. She's your partner. She's the one you're looking for.
Well, I am impressed. How the devil did you guess I had a sister?
Acertamos.
Actually, no one even knows. When it comes to getting results, you are very good, I grant you that. You deserve to know why the sight of the cameo pendant affected me so strongly. I thought it belonged to Emma, my twin sister.
Oh.
Su hermana
now I get
gemela.
why you said you had a memory for two.
Yes. You can't imagine to what extent, though. As children, everyone got us mixed up. So one day we decided to play along. Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma, Emily Hillsborough, the woman with two faces.
Clever. But isn't it complicated? How do you make it work?
One of us has no existence in the outside world. We share everything. First for one, then for the
Hasta
other.
los novios.
We dress the same, wear the same makeup, we speak the same. We've learned to act as one. When we accept a mission, we both turn up. This time, though, she went ahead, and I was meant to wait for her on the mainland. She was meant to meet Sir Home and bring back the details, so we could work out who would follow up.
And there was a problem?
She was supposed to return from Mortimer's 1 week ago. The boat turned up at Plymouth, but alas, no trace of my sister. Instead, a sailor passed me a message from home, notifying me of her sudden disappearance.
So, my mother and your sister go missing just a few days apart. That's strange. Maybe their disappearances are linked.
It's clearly a possibility, but up to now I haven't found a trace of either of them.
Secuestrando a gente importante
None
para
of this is
vosotros.
very reassuring.
By the way, Louis, now that you are in on the secret, you are obliged to keep it to yourself, or you will pay very dearly.
Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me.
It's time to leave.
So, what do you think of our first adventure?
I must admit, it has been fun by your side.
Same here.
Oh, she's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth. Actually, this is not a good time.
I'm begging you, please don't leave me alone.
I'll be waiting for you in your room.
Luego la niña
but don't be
punky
late.
satánica.
I was sure there was a certain je ne sais quoi between us.
Louis, we need to talk now. Otherwise, it'll be too late.
Looks like Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for me. What should I do?
¿Con quién voy? ¿Con esta o con la otra? Lo que vosotros digáis. ¿Con esta?
Sorry, Emily, but
I can't leave Elizabeth like this. All right, Elizabeth. How can I help?
Thank you. Come on, follow me. I really need to talk to you, Louis, right now.
Does Lord Mortimer know the mess you've made of your room?
Listen to me, damn it! My days are numbered.
Elizabeth, I don't know if it's about my mother again, but I'm telling you, you've nothing to be afraid of. She didn't come here for you.
I saw her.
Saw who? You saw my mother? When?
Just last night. I went out to walk along the cliff top and I saw her in the distance. She tried to hide right away, but I'm sure it was her.
Are you saying you recognized my mother in the middle of the night while she was hiding?
Yes, Louis. I know it was her.
You just said she was far away, right? In the middle of the night. And the exterior of the island isn't exactly well lit.
Listen, I'm telling you, it was her.
She doesn't hesitate on her answers. She's not trembling. She's really convinced of what she's seen.
Did you talk to each other?
No, she was far away. I didn't make any noise, and then she was gone.
Have you told anyone you've seen her? Sir Holm? Mortimer?
You don't understand. It's her. She's here.
Yes, I understand.
No, you're not listening. The moment I saw her, I was overcome by spasms. She's here. I'm telling you, it was her. Yes, I need something to calm me down.
I'll drink with you, but let's go easy on it, okay?
Nos envenenan. Fin.
I don't know where she gets her rot gut from, but frankly, it's disgusting.
You know, Louis, when I came here, it was in the hope of getting help.
¿Tú crees que lo va a drogar?
I've only just now realized that I've been drawn
¿eh?
here into a trap.
Whoa.
Sí, parece que sí.
Gone to my head.
Here, the condemned's last drink.
¿Sigo bebiendo o no?
Elizabeth, alcohol never solves anything. I'm gonna stop now.
Listen up. You want to know what your mother was capable of, right? You want to know the reason why. Well, you're gonna have to follow me to the bottom of the abyss, Louis. Either drink or get out.
Joder. Voy a tener que seguirle. Para que no me mande la mierda.
Man, I need to take it easy with the booze. At this rate, I won't last the night.
Oiga,
Let's go easy on the drinking, okay? Alcohol won't solve our problems. Ugh, the second one isn't any easier.
So, do you want to know why she did all those things to me or not? Even if it changes the image you have of her forever?
What was she trying to cure you of then?
Of the one illness she never managed to treat me for.
Juntos hasta el final.
Come on, Elizabeth. We have to finish what we started.
Que se queden conscientes de gilipollas.
Dizzy.
There must have been a reason. Just tell me. Tell me what my mother treated you for.
She wanted to silence them.
What? What are you talking about? Silence what?
The voices. The voices in my head. They speak to me, Louis. They've always told me what to do. They say nasty things to me.
Elizabeth, are you saying that spirits talk to you?
You're right. Sometimes there are several voices. How did you know?
No, listen, I don't know anything. I'm just repeating what you said.
They want me. Want me just for themselves. They talk to me all the time. Yet your mother did everything to make them go away. Ever since I was little. And look at the result.
La verdad que no sé qué dice, pero tiene un montón de
You spent your life
cicatrices.
trying to prove that the supernatural doesn't exist. Why punish this poor girl? Oh, shit. What has she done to you?
Uh-oh, Louis. Are you starting to believe me?
No, but
Too bad it's all been for nothing. They're still there, you know.
What do you mean? They're still talking to you?
All the time. Despite everything Sarah put me through, I still hear them. And here I am on a lost island, knowing that no one knows me. And I find myself here at the exact same time as her. You see? You understand? You sense it too. I'm going to die here. I beg you, tell me you believe me.
Decirle que sí, que la creo.
I'm right here with you. And I do believe you.
Thank you, Louis. You know, despite what people might think, I'm not crazy.
My God, Elizabeth, how is this possible?
Welcome to my world, Lil Louis. Welcome to my life.
¿Qué le decimos? ¿Que huya o que siga aquí? Que siga aquí, ¿no? Si nos ayudará un poquito. Esa opción no está, Orden.
Let's not rush into things. You have nothing to fear here. I'm with you. And anyway, my mother's gone missing. You're not in any danger.
That's not what the voices say.
Listen to me. Don't give up. You must resist. And tomorrow, you'll see.
Es para que colabores un poco, ¿sabes?
You like my little concoction, don't you? That's rare.
What?
It no longer has any effect on me. But my guests generally don't appreciate me mixing alcohol with laudanum.
What? You put laudanum in my drink?
In both. Don't worry, my little Louis. We'll sink down to the bottom together.
Oh, man. I feel like puking. I really feel like shit. I gotta get back.
Don't worry, Louis. I'm here now.
Uy,
I'll
Dios mío.
take good care of you.
What is this bitch gonna do to me?
Don't touch me!
Just leave. If I get up, I'll fall.
Oh, little Louie's tired. Leave everything to me.
Le va a sacar el jugo.
Just let go.
Mademoiselle, may I come in?
My head. I shouldn't have drunk so much. Oh, shit.
Ah, que está muerta. No lo sabía.
Elizabeth!
Madre mía. La hemos liado por no decirle que huya. Ah, no, la hemos liado por beber más de la cuenta, ¿no? Por hacerle caso a Sade, sí.